Welcome to the latest installment of Scoring Video in Pro Tools. I'm just finishing up underscoring a little section here that I had an idea about. And you can see that what I've done is I've made an attempt to adjust the tempo, which we talked about in our last session, so that action would be easy to underscore even if we were pretty much adhering to the bars and beats. In fact, that right here, where this chord appears, is exactly where the brick falls on Vince's head, and then slightly after that you can see that the construction worker is experiencing Vince's pain. And Girder falls down, and the other gentleman gets his brains knocked out here. And I'm trying to make that all line up with the music. But right now I want to go to the beginning and look at the introduction and think about maybe establishing a different style of opening theme, maybe a little bit more old-fashioned and period style. Right now I'm going to open up a guitar track right here. And begin poking around the first part of the movie where the credits are rolling right before Vince begins his walking gait. Okay, well, I think that guitar part will suitably underscore the opening credits section, and now I want to create a couple of instruments that I will probably want to replace with live musicians later to fill out the melody and the rest of the orchestration for this section. Okay, I think I want violin, and I've gone and opened that up in Reason. This is actually a pretty decent sounding violin, considering it doesn't really take up much CPU at all. And since I want to eventually replace that instrument anyway, it doesn't really matter. It just, as long as it doesn't sound too terrible. I also have an upright bass opened up here, and previously we opened up the Abbey Road's Keyboards Challenge piano, which is a nice sounding piano, but also kind of has a kind of a honky-tonk flavor to it. I'm also going to grab this trumpet. I like this trumpet sound, but I don't want to use the echo, so I'm going to go in here, turn that darn thing off. Bypass should take care of it. Yes, that's fine. Now I'm going to grab a saxophone. This is something I'm definitely going to want to replace. It's really hard to get a good saxophone sound most of the time, and the ones that are even half decent are so CPU expensive that they're just kind of hard to work with my computer. I'm unselecting this here so it doesn't play more than one part when I'm actually in Pro Tools. And now I've more or less orchestrated the beginning of this video, the opening credits, and here it goes. I'd like to continue orchestrating by taking these 3-note chords that are in the piano and redistributing them amongst other instruments. I'm going to start with the top line, which I'm going to give to the violin. I'm going to copy that and paste it to violin. Back to piano. Delete those. Select the second chord note. Let's delete those now. Give those to trumpet. Back to piano. Copy those. Delete them. Go to alto sax. Let's take a look. The selected ones I pasted a little bit off. I'm going to re-quantize them to 77% swing, and that should put them back to where they were. And here we go. Okay, on to the next thing. Starting with the downbeat, I'd like to take this left-hand piano part and double it with upright bass. Selecting that. Copying it. I don't want to erase that. I want it a doubled part, so there we go. I've gone and made the bass notes a little bit longer by using the trim tool like this, because it sounds more like a bass that way. I think it's fine that way for now.